Hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. We're going to be talking about HOMEWORX Highland Fir and Vetiver. Now, this candle is being marketed as a new fragrance to the HOMEWORX lineup, and I did purchase this candle myself from the Slatkin & Co. website. Many of you guys know that I am a brand ambassador. Sometimes I get candles in PR, other times I purchase candles with my own money, so I do always like to distinguish that at the beginning of a review, whether or not I've received a candle in PR, and today I just happen to have purchased this one. So the fragrance notes on this candle really appealed to me. When I talk about them here in just a moment, you will see why, especially if you've been with my channel any length of time. There are certain fragrance notes that usually catch my eye, and definitely this one did the trick for me. As always, you can see the beautiful label that we have going on here with this candle. HOMEWORX is known for their beautiful photographic wraparound labels, and you can see with this candle lit the ambiance that is created behind this imagery. It actually quite honestly reminds me, I live in Arizona, and this actually kind of reminds me of a picture that I've seen of the San Francisco Peaks up in Flagstaff, with a lot of the pine trees around it. Fun fact, you guys, Arizona, half of this state is actually high mountainous, woody, foresty terrain like that. I know a lot of people always think of Arizona, the hot desert portion, but half of the state looks like this picture here, this picture here on this candle. So this is one of their standard 4-wick 18-ounce vessels. And the pour date of the candle that I am reviewing today is June 28th, 2024. The fragrance notes that are listed on the bottom of this candle are Siberian Fir, Lush Vetiver, Frosted Eucalyptus, and Cedarwood. If you go on the Slatkin & Co. website, they do typically list top, middle, and bottom accords. So the top accords are listed as Frosted Eucalyptus, Dark Apple, Birch Leaf, mid notes of Siberian Fir, Lush Vetiver, Black Currant, and base notes of Sandalwood, Cedarwood, and Mahogany. So I will tell you that to my nose, the 4 accords that are listed on the bottom of this candle are truly the most accurate. I wouldn't really look too much into like the black currant or the dark apple notes that are listed on the more detailed fragrance description, because to me, I'm not picking up any kind of like fruity notes in here. This to me is definitely, it is definitely a nature tree type of fragrance. Like, it doesn't necessarily scream Christmas tree to me, even though you are seeing the fir note listed in here. My nose definitely does detect Siberian fir. Well, I mean, just fir, to be honest with you. I mean, I haven't been to Siberia, so I don't necessarily know exactly what what that fir note is, but it is definitely a fir tree note in here. But this is more, if you are the type of person who, when you shop for tree fragrances, you like more of the woody aspects of a tree instead of it being more the like pine needles that are associated with it. The way that I look at it is like a spruce fragrance, for example, tends to be a little bit more astringent to my nose, whereas this fragrance to me is definitely more the woody element tied to like a fresh cut fir tree. That's definitely what I pick up more in here. The vetiver note in here, I think, lends a little bit of like earthiness. Maybe, I mean this in a good way, like a little bit of like dirtiness to it, kind of like fresh dirt on the ground around, like in the forest. That's kind of what I'm smelling here. Now, in terms of frosted eucalyptus, my nose detects a little bit of it, but if you are somebody who thinks of eucalyptus as being like an aromatherapy spa type of fragrance, that's not what I'm smelling in here. So it's not the strong eucalyptus that you get, say, in like, like Bath and Body Works sweater weather, or I'm trying to think of like other fragrances that are very eucalyptus heavy. That's not what I'm picking up on in here. I do detect it. It is there slightly, but it's not the dominant note to my nose. Like I said, this is mainly like a fresh cut tree scent, but it doesn't necessarily scream Christmas tree to me. Now, I do think that it would complement a lot of other tree fragrances. This is a candle that I have really been enjoying burning like in the afternoons and in the evenings through, starting in late October, now going out throughout the month of November. And the other thing that I will say, if you are already familiar with the HOMEWORX brand, I will say that the tree note that I am picking up in here is very similar to the tree note that I detect in Fireside Christmas Tree. So if you happen to like Fireside Christmas Tree, I think that you're going to like this fragrance. This candle does not have that kind of like charred element in it. There are some differences, but in terms of the tree fragrance in and of itself, that is, I do believe that this is the same maybe like tree fragrance oils that they use in Fireside Christmas Tree. I do believe that those are being used in this candle here. So the fragrance in and of itself, you guys, I am actually really enjoying. I am very happy with this purchase. If I was not a reviewer and wasn't always in the mindset that I'm having to review new things, this is a fragrance that I would actually repurchase, because I do really like tree fragrances like this, because for me personally, I don't like the ones that are super astringent and heavy. I do think that there's a time and place for them, but I do feel like this is a very like universal, easy to like type of fragrance. I don't think it's going to be offensive to a lot of people. So yeah, the fragrance in and of itself, I really, really am enjoying. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle. So I'm going to go ahead and lift it up here. You can see that these wicks are a little bit thicker than some of the HOMEWORX wicks that we have been used to here in 2024. You can also see a little bit of wick residue in the wax pool. This candle has been lit for about an hour and a half now. We've got a nice, decent wax pool here. I will still say that on the first burns of a lot of these HOMEWORX candles, you are going to want to be able to allocate about 4 to 5 hours just to make sure that you get a complete wax pool. Strength and throw on this one. Okay, this is one of those cases where the fragrance itself is not as strong as the throw. So I would give the fragrance on the strength of the fragrance on this candle somewhere between like a 6 and a 7. It honestly varies for me a little bit. Today, I feel like I'm not smelling it as strongly. However, our weather has finally cooled down enough here in Arizona where I've been able to open up my windows, and I have been waiting for months to be able to do that. So I have a lot of like fresh air just kind of circulating throughout the house. So I do think that that has impacted how strong I'm smelling this candle. So I would say the strength is anywhere between like a 6 and a 7. The throw, however, again, this could be because I have some fresh air coming through the house. Today, I would say that this is around an 8 in terms of throw. I can definitely smell it at various points throughout my open concept living room, all the way into the kitchen. I have moved my candles to burning them once again up on the, if you guys have been with my channel for a while, I used to include some B-roll of my living room where you could see I had a quilt rack along the wall. And it's from that point, when I start to open up windows, I will typically burn my candles over there, because otherwise, when all the windows are closed up, I typically will burn my candles at another point in my living room, but it's right in front of a window, so I don't like to burn them there when the windows are open for obvious reasons. Anyways, long story short there to say, which wasn't very short, long story to say that my candles tend to throw very well from that point in my living room. I don't know, I think we all have like those certain spots where we just know that candles throw really well. So from that point, this candle has been throwing at about an 8. I do think that it's going to be a lot stronger if you're burning it in a more closed concept, low ceilings, but out in the open concept with high ceilings. It's doing decent. I would like it to be slightly stronger out there, but I think that's just my mindset today, because I do have some open windows. I have noticed that when I had all of the windows closed and I was burning this at night, that the strength was somewhere around a 7. It was definitely detectable, and it was very pleasant. So overall, you guys, I'm going to give 2 thumbs up to this candle. You guys know you never ever have to pay $30 for these candles. You never have to pay full price for them. I feel like Slatkin & Co. has been running quite a few good sales recently, and they will probably continue to do so as we edge closer to the holidays. So I do have a discount code with them. It is KATIESJOYFULLIFE. It should save you 15% on your orders over $40. However, just be aware that that code usually can't be combined with a lot of their sales. Totally get it. You guys save the most amount of money, but overall, you guys, I'm really enjoying this fragrance. I think I'm going to set it aside and finish burning up some of my fall fragrances. I'm almost on the cusp of being done with a lot of those. I'm really heading full on into holiday scents now, but I can definitely see myself finishing burning this candle. I don't think I'll repurchase another one this season, but I could definitely, like I said, if I wasn't a reviewer and wasn't trying to maintain a smaller candle collection, relatively, I should say, I would definitely repurchase this candle because I do like the fragrance. I think it's just a very nice, basic, woody type of fir tree scent, and I've been very pleased with it. So feel free to comment down below if you have purchased this candle, what your experience has been with it. Please hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. And I do want to say thank you so very much for spending your time here with me today. Until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.